Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for the report from AEW Dynamite. And here's the man that has always been dynamite, more dynamite than J.J. Evans himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode 1359. Here's a few notes before I go over what happened on AEW Dynasty last night. Was a heck of a pay-per-view. A couple of things. Tonight's Monday Night Raw will be the final Raw before the WWE draft. After the draft, I will be changing my wrestling event center thumbnails. As you know, because some of the superstars have been released by the company and all that. So, if you noticed, I had Becky Lynch, I had Katana Chance, I had Xia Li, but Xia Li's been released. So, Xia Li's been released, Jinder Mahal and Indus Sher all have been released. Zion Quinn also has been released as well. So, I wouldn't be surprised if any of them land somewhere, and if they do land somewhere, it will be it'll be a good thing for them. So yeah, it has been a long, so the WWE's released them. And now, for Dynasty, now, as you know, also, a big, huge announcement about the Women's World Championship vacated by Rhea Ripley due to injury. A Battle Royal will take place tonight on Monday Night Raw, and the winner of that Battle Royal will become the new Women's World Champion. You know, who do I got picked on that? I know Piper Niven and Nia Jax could be the, no pun intended, heavy favorites coming into the matchup. But as you know, sometimes when you're the big person in a battle royal, you are the main target because you get eliminated and it's all open season. So who knows who's going to be in that battle royal? Will some SmackDown wrestlers, female wrestlers, be in that battle royal? Like Io Sky, I like to see her in that battle royal. Who knows? Any NXT going to be involved? I don't know how this is going to work. Maybe it's just the women on the Raw roster, but I think everybody's going to get involved because remember the draft is coming starting this Friday. So you better be in tune for that. Okay, but that's the WWE side of things, of course. I will talk about AEW Dynasty as the inaugural event last night, and so now the 0 Hour, Matt Sydal was accompanied by his brother Mike Sydal to go up against Trent Beretta one-on-one. Trent Beretta did win the matchup, and as Mike Sydal was making sure that his brother Matt was okay after the matchup, Trent Beretta attacked him, but then Chuck Taylor chases Beretta off, but then Trent Beretta says, "You really give me an ultimatum by Wednesday." So whose side are you on? It seems like Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor, I don't know if he's even medically cleared to compete or not. We shall find out for sure. Then Orange Cassidy and Katsuyori Shibata, went up against Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty, which accompanied by Anthony Ogogo, who was joining on commentary. He gets involved during the matchup, but despite that, Orange Cassidy and Katsuyori Shibata end up winning the matchup. All right, and title for titles trios matchup: the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn facing the Bang Bang Gang, aka the Bullet Club Gold. The winning team will be the Unified World Trios Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have that. And that would be the Bang Bang Gang, a.k.a. the Bullet Club Gold. They are now the Unified World Trios Champions. Pick up the victory over the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn. Now, let's go to the main card. And kicking it off was the AEW Continental Championship. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, defending it against Pac, the Bastard Pac. And this was a heck of a match. It could have gone either way, but Kazuchika Okada retained the title. More on members of the Elite in an interesting situation. A trios matchup, Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe went up against the House of Black. And the House of Black ended up winning the matchup. Then, in a great matchup indeed. Following that, the House of Black's Julia Hart was defending her TBS title against Willow Nightingale. And Willow Nightingale requested that Sky Blue and her own partner, Chris Statlander, banned from ringside. But they didn't say anything about Stokely Hathaway, who was joining on color commentary. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new TBS champion. Willow Nightingale has won the title, and Mercedes Moné, who says that she'll face the winner of that matchup, but a Double or Nothing comes out and confronts the new champion, congratulating her a little bit. Then the AEW International title was on the line. Roderick Strong defending it against Kyle O'Reilly. This matchup could have gone either way. But then Wardlow tried to get involved in the matchup but got caught by the referee. He says, okay, fine. But despite that, Roderick Strong ended up retaining the title. And then the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, came out with Adam Cole, and Adam Cole stood up. Looks like his ankle is better. But then, as everybody was celebrating with Roderick Strong, they get, everybody, the others gave him fist bumps and congrats. But Adam Cole gave him the stink eye a little bit. Something going. Adam Cole's still a little sore that Wardlow couldn't get the title. Hey, get the Continental Championship. Let Adam Cole, who's better, let Wardlow go after the Continental Championship, and Adam Cole can go after the world title. That situation, I cannot. Not going to talk about that yet. The FTW title was on the line. Hook goes one-on-one with Chris Jericho with the FTW. These two were beating the snot out of each other, but then Chris Jericho is the new FTW champion. And Chris Jericho felt like he did not want to do that. But then Taz is telling him, go. Now, does this mean that Hook could end up leaving AEW to go to the WWE because the WWE has interest in him? We don't know for sure. Now, remember, Taz was Taz and Jim Ross joining him, and then Tony Schiavone had to fill in for Taz, and then fill in for JR. And I believe Johnny Joe McGinnis filled in for Taz. Excalibur stood up the whole show. They were changing commentary left and right. The AEW Women's Championship was on the line. Timeless Toni Storm defending it against Thunder Rosa. This was a heck of a match. It could have gone either way. Mariah May got involved, but Deonna Purrazzo fights her to the back. And Toni Storm took advantage of the situation, low blows Thunder Rosa, and ended up retaining the title. And she said a lot of stuff. Everybody's up in arms on what she said about the WWE and all. Listen, I don't blame Triple H for what happened to Toni Storm in the WWE. I blame Vince McMahon. I blame that whole creative team there. You know what? And she was doing all the media scrum in character. I'm not worried about it because I'm sure she'll come back to the WWE one day. But today is not that day. But if she does come back, and she'll probably would have a lot more competition. I think that could motivate the women's division in both Raw and SmackDown, and possibly in NXT as well. And I think you make motivate the women in the WWE to really step up their game. And I personally believe that Toni Storm, if she ever comes back, decides to come back to the WWE, I think she'll be better. I think she'll be well evolved. And before you know it, she'll probably take a title or two there. Who knows for sure? And believe me, with the women's tag team titles around, I'm sure Toni Storm, if Mariah May decides to go with her, maybe those two will operate as a tag team. Who knows for sure? Anything can happen now in professional wrestling today. And let me tell you, it's going to be a heck of a deal. Well, the dream matchup, Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay, and Don Callis, a.k.a. Hot Dog Head, was on commentary. And Will Ospreay won the matchup with Ospreay's move, the Storm Driver 93. But Bryan Danielson had to be helped to the back because I think he got hurt and injured during that time. Will Ospreay helped him to the back. And he decided to retire that move, the Storm Driver 93, because I think he considered how dangerous it is. Now the tag team title was on in a ladder match. FTR versus the Young Bucks. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, a.k.a. Beavis and Butthead. This matchup was crazy. This matchup could have gone either, I guess, again, a lot of these AEW matchups can have gone either way. But FTR was well on their way to become tag team champs until some goofball in a hoodie and a mask pushed Dax Harwood off the ladder, but security caught him. But as security was arresting him, they yanked off his mask, and guess who it was? That's right, the man formerly known as the Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, had a smirk on his face. Fans went nuts, and I would not be surprised if he aligns himself with the Elite. I think the Elite tried to be the modern-day Four Horsemen. We're talking about Jack Perry, Kazuchika Okada, and the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks ended up becoming 3-time tag team champions. I would not be surprised if the Young Bucks signed him up with the Elite, made him a member of the Elite. Because I remember, the contract was cut from AEW, but, and he's back from New Japan. I think there's a new attitude in Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I'm not calling him Jungle Boy anymore. More like Jackass Boy, But anyways, with Jack Perry back in AEW and aligning himself with the Young Bucks and Kazuchika Okada, that's going to be a dangerous team for sure. So, and I'm sure FTR will be full of P&V this coming Wednesday. And then finally, the AEW World Title on the line, Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland. This matchup, folks, Swerve Strickland, Samoa Joe, these two went at it. When the World Title is on the line, they went at it. I mean, muscle buster, they hit each other with finishing maneuvers. But finally, after a few Swerve stomps, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and your new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Swerve Strickland. Yes, finally, he's finished his story. And he gave a shout out to Kofi Kingston, which, a lot of these, some of these AEW wrestlers, they want to bash on the WWE. Not Swerve Strickland. Classy dude. Gives Kofi Kingston a shout out. Saying that inspired me, and I want to do the same like he did, but in AEW. And I am very happy for Swerve Strickland. Proud of him. Prince Nana can say this once again. We in the money. We in the money. Do 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 do. We in the money. You got it. You got the money. You got your money, Prince Nana. You got your money now. Ha ha. Swerve Strickland, congratulations. Samoa Joe would have run as champion, but I'm sure Samoa Joe will probably come back, or will the Young Bucks stick their nose into his business? I don't know. We'll find out this Wednesday on Dynamite. It's going to be a great, great match. But then at Dynamite, the IWGP World Heavyweight title on the line as Jon Moxley will defend it against Powerhouse Hobbs. It seems like the Don Callis family are trying to get some gold in their camp. So that's the deal. So that is all we have on this show for AEW Dynasty, ladies and gentlemen. The first one in the books, and we'll find out the following Wednesday. Now, once again, I'm going to remind you tonight on Monday Night Raw, the Women's World Title will be on the line in a Battle Royal. So, Women's Battle Royal, come on. And I think probably because of the draft coming up, I'm sure they're going to have all, both Raw and SmackDown. I would love to see Io Sky walk out with that championship if she's in that Battle Royal. But I'm sure she probably focused on getting the title from Bayley. In fact, I think this is the perfect opportunity. If I were Io Sky, I'd be thinking, I may have lost my title to Bayley. I should be going after this championship and ask Adam Pearce permission to be part of it. That way, if she wins the matchup, she'll follow in the footsteps of the Four Horsewomen and Asuka and Rhea Ripley, and may end up becoming the 7th Women's Grand Slam champion. Think about that for a change. So, we'll find out what happens then. So, I will see you guys later. Episode 1359 is complete. On the next episode, we'll do some tic-tac-toe. So, I'll see you guys later. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with or even both for Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.